Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. In the Daily Mail, Richard K. writes, "If the royal family is not quite at the 11th hour, it is perilously close." All in all, this has been the most wonderful week for republicanism since a petulant Harry and Meghan flounced out on the royal landscape 4 years ago. Even the Wall Street Journal, not normally noted for its royal coverage, weighed in with an incontestable observation, citing the late Queen Elizabeth's mantra that the monarchy had to be seen to be believed. It pontificated. Now the family is faced with a more intractable problem. The British public doesn't believe what it is seeing. When the Queen passed away in 2022, there was still, despite the shock and sadness of her death, a broadly held view that the institution she had spent 70 years upholding was eternal. For a time, that judgment held true. There was a seamless transition to the new reign as, amid private grief, the king acted with grace and dignity as he assumed his role as monarch. The textbook coronation of the king and queen almost a year ago already seems like a distant memory of happier, more stable times. Now there is something of a power vacuum. When the king is unavailable, who is in charge? Is it Camilla or William? No one can truly say, maybe because everyone is waiting, or at least hoping, for the two stars of the show to rally and return. One matter above all represents the gravest threat to the future of the monarchy, the feud between William and his brother that poisons the House of Windsor. The coming weeks will be critical. Easter, with its message of restoration and revival, is only a fortnight away, and after Easter is the vague date we have been given for the Princess of Wales' return. Let us hope she is able to do so. Charles' own condition has unavoidably focused attention on his and Camilla's long-term position. The king will be 76 this year, and his reign will naturally not have the longevity of his late mother's. On the other hand, William and Kate, all being well, will likely be on the throne for decades. It therefore poses a question: what can they do today to give us confidence that they will be anywhere near as effective as monarch and consort as the Queen and Prince Philip were? Can they steady the royal ship, even in the squalls and storms of social media comment and untamed foreign reporting? William's priority, understandably, has been his wife's health and the welfare of their 3 children. But even before this crisis, he had drawn sharp boundaries to ensure that royal duty does not encroach on family time. This has earned him the nickname among those in the king's circle as the 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. prince, because outside those hours he is off duty. In the news.com.au, Diana also writes, "The Princess of Wales has suffered a stunning fall from grace, and she and husband Prince William are at a total loss. I'm calling it. Datchet, High Street, 1:50 p.m., March 11th. We have officially reached what has to be the absolute nadir of Pap-gate, when a brick wall in an otherwise unremarkable British village has become the subject of furious online scrutiny and downright obsession. The wall in question is in Datchet in Berkshire, and the reason that social media has flipped its lid and fallen off into the deep in debating the colour of bricks in said wall is because Kate, the Princess of Wales, was photographed passing it as she travelled with husband Prince William to London. Prince William and Kate Middleton leave Windsor Castle to attend the Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey. The bricks through the window have been subjected to a lot of scrutiny. Don't you know it's an old photo of Kate from Christmas, you see? No, wait, it's the Wales's Norfolk chum, the Marchioness of Cholmondeley, who is actually in the car. The Prince and Princess's marriage is in deep trouble. He's left her. There was a pregnancy, a breakdown. No, it's a coma." But while the world is losing it, there is still Kate, a woman who has suffered a head-spinning, stunning nosedive from shining royal star to chaos bringer, from dignified future queen to global figure of humiliation and mockery. The princess the world has known for years, perfect, polished, forever beaming and bearer of adorably chocolate boxy children, has been replaced by a woman who has just been brutally embarrassed, forced to issue the very first public apology of her royal career, and now finds herself in a place where the royal say-so will now be doubted for years to come. For Kate, having spent more than a decade painstakingly building an adored public profile, one hospital wing opening and one plucky scout outing at a time, all of that has, mind-bogglingly, been dashed and lost in less time than it has probably taken Prince William to iron his beloved Aston Villa stripe. The question no one can or will answer is, how have William and Kate gotten this all so dashed wrong, and so very badly wrong? We've had, in drumbeat succession, King Constantine-gate, which was really behind William's withdrawal from his godfather's memorial service 46 minutes before it began, Pap-gate, when a lone snapper managed to get a photo of Kate in the car with her mother, a shot the UK press decided not to publish. Picture-gate, the Wales releasing a new image of Kate and their 3 children, only for the world's major picture agencies to issue kill notices. Apology-gate, after Kate took the complete blame for experimenting with the editing, a mea culpa that answered no real questions and only inflamed the situation. And now, Wall-gate. How many gates can William and Kate clock up and still find time to make a 9 a.m. school gate drop-off? Palacentric will be right back. Princess Diana's intimate love letters to James Hewitt may soon be up for sale, potentially revealing highly personalized details about their relationship. The collection comprises 64 letters handwritten by Diana between 1989 and 1991, some of which were penned on military paper during Hewitt's service in the Gulf War. With renewed interest in Diana's memorabilia, the letters are estimated to be worth around £780,000. Reportedly, a wealthy collector in the US has expressed interest in purchasing the letters from Hewitt, who is now 65 years old. While London auction house Bonhams initially valued the letters at up to £466,000, they declined to sell them. Instead, efforts are reportedly underway to find a buyer in the US through Heritage auctioneers based in Dallas. Although Heritage has stated that they do not intend to auction the letters publicly, an email from January, as reported by The Sun, suggested that they were considering a private sale to a potential buyer already in mind. Commentator Lizzie Cundy ripped into Meghan on GB News, saying, "She's trying to make a comeback. She's desperately trying to be friends with Taylor Swift. She's trying to get in with a new set of people, and it's just not happening." She's talking about humanity and being kind, which she's not actually shown much kindness to our Kate, who's going through it and is really not well at the minute. She's not shown it to her family. She's not shown it to her father, who's had a stroke and a heart attack. She's not even been to see him. He's not even seen the grandchildren. So where's the kindness there, Meghan? That's what I want to ask. Harry and Meghan's antics have helped restore Australia's faith in the monarchy, writes Angela Mollard in the Daily Mail. In the years leading up to Queen Elizabeth's death in 2022, the conversation in Australia tended to assume that while we respected Her Majesty, the same affection would not be bestowed on her son. There was a growing expectation that the country would break ties with the monarchy and be governed by its own head of state. Not that anyone knew what this might look like, which is partly why the referendum on a republic fell over when it went to the vote in 1999. A quarter of a century later, the push for independence has never looked more feeble. Bizarrely, the Crown and Castle caper we were apparently so anxious to jettison has been replaced by something midway between curiosity and respect. Here, where the royal family are neither an institutional fixture nor a backdrop to daily life, the shenanigans of recent years served largely as entertainment. As Megxit unfolded, we observed from afar, as if watching the Kardashians, only with crowns. Yet the Sussex defection did little for the Republican cause. Instead, and rather peculiarly, it seemed to solder our allegiance to this problem-riven family with the aging matriarch, a gradually rehabilitated heir, his 2 motherless sons, and their glamorous wives. Duty, service, steadfastness, those qualities we'd so admired in the woman who reigned for 70 years were suddenly thrown into stark relief by Harry and Meghan's antics. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.